Well, next, Sir Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper, in the last hour or so, have said that they won't deport the Egyptian man who hates white people and Jews. And in the last couple of hours, you know what he's done? He's gone and liked a Facebook post saying that criticism of him is just a Zionist conspiracy theory. It's absolutely mental. This story. He's saying they're going to launch an investigation to how the intelligence could have gone wrong. The intelligence has gone wrong in Starmer's head.
Well, what a plant pot Starmer is there?
With the odd rude interruption. Box boiler.
Yeah.
Look, we just need to get that Egyptian lunatic out of our country, but...
It's not going to happen.
Talking of cringe celebs, do you know that Cynthia Erivo has synesthesia?
Had synesthesia, so I've seen
Thank you.
colour with music. Oh my god.
What colour is this?
Blue.
So just some dimwits. One that looks like an anorexic, needs help.
We need to immediately
Big help.
and deport Egyptian so-called activist
And it's catching.
ALAA Abd El
She
Fattah.
gave it Ariana
If
Grande.
he tweeted what he did, we'd be locked up. He's spoken in the past about shooting white people at random, being openly racist. He's referenced suicide.
Police are not
bombings.
human.
He's been rampantly anti-Semitic.
British
He's
dogs
spoken
and
about killing
monkeys.
police
Oh, a
officers.
dog, sorry,
Now,
not
if
pig.
he'd have said any of that, but about ethnic minorities, and
He's
said
a
it
little
just
animal.
after the Southport massacre, he'd currently be doing
Who's
a
named
five-stretch
after a
in Wormwood
dirty,
Scrap.
dirty
We also
warlord.
need to strip him of his ridiculous British citizenship. If that man is British,
Britain's
then I
fault.
am a polka dot bikini wearing alien from Mars called Balubu. Here's how he actually reportedly got his British citizenship. El Fattah was automatically granted British citizenship whilst in an Egyptian prison in 2021 under an immigration law that allows mothers to transmit their UK citizenship to their children even if they are outside Britain. His mother was born in London whilst his grandmother was studying in the UK.
Fucking swag.
Until 2019, applicants using this route
That's his
were
mother.
still subject to what's known as a good character test, which presumably El Fattah would probably have failed because of all of the extremist stuff that he tweeted. But the law was changed after the Supreme Court ruled that the requirement was incompatible with the ECHR following a legal challenge by a foreign murderer. And Mr. Fattah, therefore, did not sit the test. Every single sentence of that gets more mental, doesn't it? There you go. Another classic from the ECHR there. But here are some politicians who backed him. Nepo baby Foreign Office Minister Hamish Faulkner, the son of a Labour peer, welcomed him, quote, back to Britain. Now, look, I could be wrong about this, but I don't think there's any evidence that he's ever actually been to Britain before.
He was
But
just
there is evidence
in his mummy's
that he
belly.
tweeted that he is, quote, far from British, and he's also called British people dogs and monkeys. Yvette Cooper's celebrated him being in Britain. I look forward to her husband Ed Balls interviewing her about this on Good Morning Britain. Mastermind himself, David Lammy, he's backed him. Another foreign man that Lammy has let wander out of a prison and onto Britain's streets.
He's good at that.
The Prime Minister himself, Sir Keir Starmer, said he was delighted that he's in Britain. Well, you know what Sir Keir Starmer is trying to say now, don't you? That he wasn't aware of his social media posts.
No.
Well, I'm not sure I buy that, given the fact that he said this in 2022.
And can I start by raising the case of ALAA Abd El Fattah? As the Prime Minister knows and has said, he's a British citizen, jailed for the crime of posting on social media, and been imprisoned in Egypt for most of the last 9 years. He's been on hunger strike.
What the fuck? I can. Shush a minute, please. Our Prime Minister come out with that nonsense when we have 30,000 people being done every week for social media posts. But poor little Egyptian. He's been in prison for 9 years. Peter Lynch went to prison for 2 years. Managed to make 3 months and then no longer here. But hey.
Last 6 months.
A delicious clip there that not only suggests that Starmer was well aware of El Fattah's social media presence, but also hilariously shows how he used to think that it was a bad thing that people were locked up for social media posts. The irony. Of course, I'm sure it's just a coincidence that one of the main people who pushed for El Fattah to be released and to come to Britain is Philippe Sands KC. You might remember him. He's circled in the bottom left of your screen there. He's Keir Starmer's friend, and he's also the same bloke that was the lawyer for Mauritius over the Chagos debacle. Look, what a ridiculous, pathetic excuse it is to say that Starmer wasn't aware of his tweets. He expects us to trust that his government is going to vet, background check and process tens of thousands of illegal fighting-age men who have crossed the English Channel. But his government couldn't do a 10-minute online search to find out if this guy had said anything like, we should randomly shoot white people, or he'd like to use a drone to attack people's weddings. I think the worst one for me, though, is Tory MP Alicia Kearns. She celebrated his release and said that he must be returned home to Brighton. I have no idea why she was given a safe Tory seat, because from what I can tell, she's basically a woke, wet Liberal Democrat, but she's trying to backtrack now. Those of us who campaigned for ALAA Abd El Fattah's protection and release as a British citizen plainly were not aware of his grotesque tweets, and at no point had anyone raised them with me until yesterday. I trusted the process to give ALAA citizenship and then supported the campaign for his release. I feel deeply let down and frankly betrayed, having lent my support to his cause, which I now regret. It is wholly improper for British citizens to be detained without due process by foreign states. However, ALAA must unequivocally apologise and make clear he now wholly rejects the hatred and anti-Semitism he expressed, which is so wholly incompatible with British values. Okay, let me translate that for you, all right? What she really says here is, I'm sorry that I was so gullible and incompetent. I jumped on a virtue signalling bandwagon, it's backfired, and now I look like a right mug. I didn't bother to do even the most basic bit of due diligence. Neither did anyone working for me. But if this apparently anti-Semitic bloke apologises and says he's changed, then we can all move on. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. But this is a clear example of the uni party, I'm afraid. The Tories are the ones who gave him British citizenship. Well, El Fattah has actually now taken Alicia Kearns' advice. He's released a statement. I'm going to paraphrase it. He said that some of his comments were taken out of context. He's apologised unequivocally for some of his remarks. And he says that he was a young man at the time and he was angry. Okay.
Fair.
So I believe that he was about 32 years old at the time. That's just a year younger than I am now. Jog on, mate. In the last hour or so, Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper have released statements. They say his posts are abhorrent and there's been a, quote, information failure. I mean, the information failure is literally just that nobody checked his social media accounts. The only intelligence failure is going on inside Keir Starmer's head. How gullible is this guy? How gullible is our Prime Minister? At no point in the last few years did he think, shall someone check this guy's tweets, just make sure he's not a wrong un? No. He saw an ethnic minority locked up abroad.
Ladbrokes. There's a whole world of prizes waiting for you. That's Ladisfaction from Ladbrokes.
Tech needs leaders who embrace the future, who deliver results fast.
I mean, despite admitting that this was an intelligence failure, which, by the way, implies that if they knew then what they know now about this guy, then they wouldn't have let him come to Britain. That's the implication here. If we knew now all of this, we would not let him into Britain. They're refusing to deport him. We are refusing to deport him. The government says that ALAA Abd El Fattah's posts about killing Zionists are not enough to remove his citizenship. I mean, how do you think the Jewish community feels? That the very top of this Labour government are literally celebrating the fact that that guy's been allowed to come to Britain. Nigel Farage has reported into counter-terrorism police. Good. The one bonus to come out of this fiasco is basically more than any other single case in living memory, this case highlights the idiocy of our political leaders, the stupidity of left-wing lovey celebrities who supported causes like this, the two-tier nature of what is considered to be hate speech, and the bias of the establishment media. Look at this. The Guardian's front page
Oh,
ran
no.
with a story, a very spurious
Joseph.
story, about a former school...
Have you heard news on Anthony Joshua?
Yeah. I don't even watch him.
Has he killed him?
No, he were in a crash.
Yeah, I know, but there's 2 people dead in it.
He weren't driving.
Right.
They don't get driven anywhere.
Nigeria, 2 people's dead in it. Breaking news.